Hey, my name is Ray and you're watching Raya Books. Today's video is going to be the 7th installment in my currently checked out series. If you've never seen my currently checked out videos before, essentially the purpose of the series is to raise awareness about the different types of resources available via public libraries. I live in San Francisco, so the San Francisco Public Library system is the one that I utilize the most often. However, I also utilize other Bay Area library systems on occasion. At the end of each of these videos, I'll be giving you guys a price tally on how much money I saved by utilizing the resources that are available to me via my public library system. Quick housekeeping note is I do want to apologize for not uploading a video last week. I've been incredibly busy with school and juggling a second job and wedding planning and just life in general. So I'm going to be combining last week's checkouts with this week's checkouts to make one huge pile of currently checked out goodness for you guys. The first thing that I checked out in the last 2 weeks is Xeni by Rebekah Weatherspoon. This is the second book in her Loose Ends series. The first one is called, I think, Rafe, a Buff Male Nanny or something along those lines. I actually finished this one in probably 2 days. It was literally the best thing that I've read in the past 2 weeks and I enjoyed it so much. Basically, it features 2 incredibly beautiful characters. There is Xeni and I forgot the name of the dude, Mason. Mason, who is a hunking, tall, is he Scottish or Irish? Scottish dude who is thick with 2 C's, no K. And it is just an adorable story and I absolutely loved it. There is more information on what I thought about this book on my Instagram story. So if you follow me on Instagram, it's at PuffDaddyRay, and also on my Goodreads, which I will leave linked below. I did end up giving this book 5 out of 5 stars. The next 2 things that I have currently checked out are both books that I'm going to be returning back to the library unread. The first of which is Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi, Adeyemi. One day I'm going to do this. This is the second book in a series and I absolutely do not remember what happened in the first one. I know that I read the first book, but I just don't recall what happened. So I'm going to have to reread the first one before I read this one. So in the meantime, I'm going to return this one so that the next person in line can get their hands on it. I am looking forward to reading it once I remember what the whole plot was about, and the cover art is absolutely beautiful and stunning, but I really do need to reread that first one before I dive into this one. The next book that I'm going to be returning unread is Djinn Patrol on the Purple Line by Deepa, Anappara. One day, you guys, I promise one day I'm going to learn how to say the names and I'm going to do it with so much confidence, y'all will be shook. Essentially, I thought this book was going to be about something entirely different than it actually is. I thought it was going to be more of like science fiction, fantasy, city of brass type of story, but it seems like it's more like an incredibly fiction-y type of story, and it's not really what I'm in the mood for reading. From what I understand, it's told from the point of view of a 9-year-old and some of his friends, and let's see, a classmate goes missing. Homeboy decides to use some crime-solving skills that he's picked up from TV, and apparently children are just disappearing from all around their neighborhood. It sounds way too intense for me right now, so I'm just gonna put this one on the back burner and hopefully I'll come back to it at another point. If anyone has actually read this one though, please let me know what you thought of it because it does seem really interesting. It's just books about missing children stress me out. Like I just don't know why. They just stress me out so much. The next book that I have checked out in the past 2 weeks and one that I'm actually really looking forward to reading is Driving While Black by Gretchen Sorin. The only way I could adequately express what this book is about is by reading a chunk of the synopsis. And it's In Driving While Black, acclaimed historian Gretchen Sorin reveals how the car, the ultimate symbol of independence and possibility, has always held particular importance for African Americans, allowing Black families to evade the many dangers presented by an entrenched racist society and to enjoy, in some measure, the freedom of the open road. She recounts the creation of a parallel, unseen world of Black motorists who relied on travel guides, Black-only businesses, and informal communications networks to keep them safe. And this sounds like such an amazing book. It sounds like it's a little bit of a deeper look into the green book, I think it's called, the green travel book that Black motorists used to find like safe hotels and safe restaurants and pretty much safe everything during the civil rights era. And it's written by a Black woman. So definitely very, very, very excited to read this one. I don't know why I haven't started it yet. I should definitely start this one soon, especially because it's Black History Month. Like I've been slacking. Oh my goodness. And the last physical book that I have checked out for these last 2 weeks is Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. Anywho, this is a translated book. It was translated from Japanese, and it was an adorably strange book. I ended up giving it 3 out of 5 stars, but it is essentially about this woman named Kayoko or Kiko. Oh, one day. And she works at a convenience store, and she's worked at this convenience store since she's 18 years old, and she's like 30-ish years old now. And her family is concerned that she's never going to get married. Homegirl doesn't want to get married. She's cool working at the convenience store. She meets a dude who's like, why do you work at a convenience store? And she's like, I like it. No one takes her liking working at the convenience store seriously. So she quits working at the convenience store and she goes through this weird kind of postpartum convenience store depression, oddness. I don't know how to explain it. It's a really interesting book, and it's a really, really quick read if anyone is interested in reading it. But like I said, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It just wasn't the book for me, but I bet it would make a really, really, really cute anime. So here's to hoping that one day it gets turned into an anime. And in terms of physical items, there's just one more physical item that I checked out this week, and it is a Blu-ray. It is The Farewell, starring Awkwafina and a whole bunch of really other amazing individuals whose names I don't know, and I'll totally butcher if I try to pronounce them. But essentially, I've been meaning to watch this. I don't know why I haven't watched this. My supervisor at work said that she was going to watch and she was looking forward to watching it. So I need to get on my game and actually start watching the movies that I check out from the library. I only have this one for 1 more week, which makes me a little bit stressed because I am horrible at watching movies. But basically it is after learning that her family's beloved matriarch Nai has been given mere weeks to live, Chinese-born, US-raised Billy returns to Shangshun to find that her family's decided to keep the news from Nai. While the family gathers under the joyful guise of an expedited wedding, Billy rediscovers the country she left as a child and is forever changed by her grandmother's wondrous spirit in this richly moving story of how family can unite and strengthen us, often in spite of ourselves. So, it sounds really cute. It sounds like a movie I'd enjoy. Why I haven't watched it yet? Because I'm horrible at watching movies. In terms of digital content, I checked out volumes 2 through 6 of Locke Key on Hoopla. It was absolutely amazing. I really, really loved reading the series. I do plan on doing a comparison between the graphic novels and the Netflix show sometime soon. Hopefully I'll have that video up by the end of March. But I do want to say that in terms of the graphic novel, I absolutely loved how Joe Hill developed the story, and I loved how Gabriel Rodriguez's art style perfectly complemented pretty much every single aspect of the story. It was amazingly done. So how much money did I save in these last 2 weeks by utilizing the public library? Well, the answer is I saved $224.56, and that is with all of the tax and good stuff added in. where this $224.56 that I saved went, or where the money would have even came from. I don't know. All I know is I got everything for free through my local library, which is absolutely amazing if you really think about it, and whoever is hammering is rude AF. I'm gonna try and hurry this up because I don't think they're gonna stop anytime soon. Basically, my questions this week for you guys are, what are some of your favorite book to movie and book to show adaptations? And of course, if you use your libraries, what are some books that you currently have checked out? And what are you most excited to read? As per usual, thank you all so much for watching. If you ever want to hear me ramble about books ever again, please hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please give me a thumbs up. It absolutely does help me out with the YouTube algorithmal, nonsensical doodad. I watched some videos about it. It's an actual thing. But yes, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day and read a wonderful book, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.